What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ravi Wadan, and in today's video, I want to show you how you can use the DriveMatch calculator to help you save thousands of dollars on your next car purchase. So the DriveMatch calculator is a product that we built internally at DriveMatch.com that's going to allow you to structure your lease or finance deal exactly like the car dealership would. It's going to pull base APRs directly from the captive bank, so from Honda, Toyota, Ford, etc. It's going to pull residual values on your behalf if you plan on leasing. It's going to pull money factors on your behalf if you plan on leasing, and it's going to pull the base APRs and base money factors, so you'll know if a dealer is marking up your APR or your money factor. And the money factor is just the lease equivalent to an APR, and it's also going to pull all incentives and rebates, so you'll never miss out on a rebate or incentive again when you're car shopping. Another cool thing about the DriveMatch calculator is that in real time it's going to show you your monthly lease and finance payments, so you can make a well-informed decision whether leasing that particular car or financing that particular car is right for you. And I'll also show you the process that I use in determining whether leasing a particular car or financing a particular car is the better financial decision. Now, in terms of pricing, the DriveMatch calculator costs $20 a month, but with that $20, you get unlimited VIN lookups, so you can structure thousands of lease and finance deals if you choose to do so a month. But enough of me talking. Let me give you guys a demo and show you how to use the DriveMatch calculator. I'm going to be using a Honda CR-V as an example, but this process works for any car that's for sale in the country. And if you want to start using the DriveMatch calculator, I have a link below in the description, or you can go to DriveMatch.com. Okay, so here I am at the Honda of Burien website. Let's say I'm shopping for one of these CR-Vs. Let's say I'm shopping for this one here. It's a 2026 Honda CR-V Hybrid Sport. All I'm going to do is copy the VIN number, so I'll copy that, and then I'll note the MSRP, which is $38,580. So let me go ahead and reset this DriveMatch calculator. I have it set to lease, so let's go ahead and structure the lease first, then we'll structure the finance deal. And then in these boxes here on the right hand side, in real time you'll see the lease payment and the finance payment, and you can compare which one is the better deal for you. So I'm going to click on enter VIN number. I'm going to go ahead and paste that VIN number, submit VIN, and the vehicle has preloaded. Now all I'm going to do is enter the MSRP, which is $35,580. I'm going to leave the discount blank for now. Next, what we're going to do is enter the zip code. So 98101 is my zip code. I'm going to click on Get Programs. And you have special lease rates and standard lease rates. Your special lease rates, are going to be for Tier 1 credit. Your standards are going to be for credit scores maybe under 720. So I'm going to go ahead and click on special lease rates. And if you want to see the lease rates, you can see them here by clicking on this purple box. And then we'll also click on this box that says residual values. And then for this instance, I'm just going to select a lease term. I'm just going to go with 36 months and 12,000 miles a year. And we can select a different term later to see which one optimizes for the lowest monthly payment. Now you're going to see that the DriveMatch calculator has automatically pulled the residual value of 67%. And that's based on 36 months, 12,000 miles a year. If I do 10,000 miles a year, the residual jumps up to 68%, and if I do 15, it goes down to 65. So we'll keep this at 12,000 miles. It's also pulled the lease rate, so it's a money factor of 0.00245, which is the equivalent of a 5.88% APR. So this is the base money factor coming straight from Honda. And what you'll see oftentimes is dealers will mark this up. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but what we're fighting for here is transparency, so you know what the base money factor is coming directly from Honda Financial Services. I think that's what they're called. We're going to scroll down now to where it says incentives. You'll see that the calculator also pulls all of the incentives or rebates. In this particular situation, I would actually qualify for the $1,000 conquest offer. And you can click on the purple box and you'll get all of the eligibility requirements here. So I'm going to click on this conquest offer. It's $1,000. And you'll see that the loyalty offer automatically blacked out, so you cannot stack these offers. And I'm going to click the captive lease and finance offer of $750. And then we're going to leave the additional incentives blank because there is no additional incentives. And we have a $595 acquisition fee. You have to pay that to every lender when you start a car lease. And then for dealer fee, it really depends on the dealer, but let's just go with $500. I think that's a pretty conservative estimate. And then for title license and registration fee, this car has an MSRP of 1% of MSRP. Let's just go with $500. I think that's a pretty conservative estimate. It's already pulled my tax rate based on my zip code. And then with the due at signing amount, what you want to do is select how do you want to structure the lease. Do you want to do a sign and drive, first month's payment only due at signing, or a custom due at signing if you want to do $2,000, $3,000, $4,000? I like to leave this at first month's payment due at signing. And as you can see here up in the upper right hand corner, we have our lease structure already. So we have a pre-tax monthly payment of $477, including sales tax, it's $525, and the total amount due at signing is $525 as well. But now what we're going to do is scroll back up to the lease term, because we want to make sure that we have the optimized lease term that gives us the lowest monthly payment. So I'm going to click on 24. So we're at $525 right now. Let's see if a 24-month lease term results in a lower monthly payment. No, it goes to $616. 27 months, no, it's not going to work. 30 months, no. 33 months, well, 33 months would work technically, but 33 months, there technically isn't any published residuals for 33 months. And so we're going to stick with 36 months at 12,000 miles a year. And now let's go ahead and focus on the discount. Now, this is a Honda CR-V. So these cars aren't like heavily discounted, right? You're not going to get like 10% off, but you can kind of play around with this, right? So if we assume 3% off, our monthly payment's going to go down to $490. Now what I'm going to do is go back up to the top of the page and click on finance. So let's see what happens when we finance this car, making some of these same assumptions. So as you can see, the MSRP carried over, the discount of 3% carried over. We already have our zip code loaded in. So I'm going to click on get finance programs. Now it's going to pull all of the finance programs. So you see we have the special finance rates and the standard finance rates. So the special finance rates, you'll see that at 60 months, you're at 4.49%, which is not bad. At the standard rates, at 60 months, you're looking at 6.32%. So I'm going to go ahead and click on special finance rates. I'm going to click on 60 months, and you'll see that the 4.49 automatically pulled in. And this is also the base APR. So if a dealer tries to, mark that up, you can decide whether that's fair. Right, that's fair, but we just want to provide you guys with transparency, and this is coming directly from Honda's captive bank. Now, again, you're getting all of the rebates. So these are the finance rebates. So I'm gonna again click on the Conquest offer because I know I would qualify for that. I'm going to click on the captive lease finance offer of $750. And then what I like to do is you see that the dealer fee and title registration fee both carried over from when we were doing the lease structure. Now for down payment, I like to do the same down payment as the lease, what the lease payment is going to be, right? So the total due at signing is $490 with a $490 payment on the lease. So let's assume $490 that we put down on the finance payment. And you'll see that putting $490 down on the finance results in a monthly payment of $684, right? So in my opinion, I think leasing this Honda makes a lot more financial sense because you're saving a substantial amount of money by leasing this car, right? You're saving almost $200 a month by leasing this particular car. And if at the end of the lease term, you decide to buy this particular car, you can buy it for the residual value. So as you can see, the residual value is 67%. So all you do is take the MSRP and multiply that by 67%. So all we do is, let's just take 35,580. We'll multiply this by 0.67. And that's going to be the residual buyout amount. So you can buy this Honda at the end of the lease term for $23,838. And in the meantime, you're saving a lot of money. So the monthly finance payment is $684 a month. And if we subtract the monthly lease payment of $490 from that amount, you're saving $194 a month times 36. Over the course of the lease term, you're going to save $6,984 by leasing this Honda CR-V as opposed to financing it. Now, leasing doesn't always make sense, but in this particular case, leasing this particular car makes a lot of sense because you have some really good value from this lease. Sometimes the lease payments can be more than the finance payments, and that's kind of the situation where you maybe want to finance instead of lease. And another thing I like to do, if you watch any of my videos, and run the 1.25% rule of leasing on the lease. And what you do is take the effective monthly payment, $0 down, or the effective monthly payment, excuse me, and you divide it by the vehicle's MSRP. And if you get a number under 1.5%, that typically is a vehicle that you should lease instead of finance. And if we do this, we're under 1.5%. We're at 1.38%. So it passes my 1.25% rule of leasing test. So with my 1.25% rule of leasing, if you get a number over 1.5%, that typically is when the financial benefit of leasing is negated. Typically, the lease payment is approaching the finance payment, and the total out-of-pocket cost over 24 or 36 months, the term of the lease, you're not really saving money by leasing. So over 1.5%, I don't like to lease. Under 1.5% is a good lease deal. Hard to find these days. Under 1.5% is a good lease deal, which this is. Under 1.25% is a great lease deal, and under 1% is an amazing lease deal. We're not really seeing that many 1% or sub 1% lease deals. We get them here and there, but at 1.37%, this Honda is a great or a good lease deal in terms of value. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it a video. If you have any questions about how the DriveMatch calculator works, and if you have a particular car that you'd like me to do next, let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to start using the DriveMatch calculator, just click on the link in the description or the link in my bio, or go to DriveMatch.com. Financial knowledge is power. Please like and follow for more.